Hey guys, Kid Guru here. Another MacBook video, MacBook Air, I should say. Actually, this is another series of the MacBook Air, talking a little bit more about tests, benchmarks, comparisons, and you know, basically, as you my title, talking about the slowest Mac. The MacBook Air is, why I'm gonna show you why. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure. My studies here, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up for today because actually I'm 41 minutes. Usually I slept. I should be asleep 41 minutes ago because I got school tomorrow. But anyways, tomorrow's a Friday, so I'll hang in there. Well, I got two screens open, but you can't see the other one because I have a couple of tabs open on some benchmarks here, guys. So first of the topics of the MacBook Air, is it the slowest Mac ever? A lot of people have been stating this, stuff like that. And honestly, guys, it's to me, I've gone through this back and forth, reading a lot of articles, a lot of videos, and a lot of people haven't really, waited. That's what I've really been trying to do: wait and see for the articles to come out, like with the boot video and everything like that, before I went and go bash the thing and how slow it is. And to me, it's still fast, guys. The MacBook Air is fast. And if you remember the Mac Mini, the first Intel Mac that they produced was a Mac Mini Core Solo, one core, dual core. Now, if you saw Mr. Bit10's video on the MacBook, he has a Core Solo as well, which booted up pretty fast. But the Mac Mini, which doesn't have that much power, was actually, I believe, one of the slowest Macs out there. The Core Solo. This is just when they released Intel processors. And as you see here, this is an article from Macworld Lab. This is macworld.com. I'll give you the article links in the video description, I should say. So they built to order a MacBook Air, and I believe it is the first of their custom Air is $3,098. Sorry, 1.8 gigahertz processor with a 64 gigabyte. Now a lot of people are complaining about this SSD, how it's so small in space. There is a 128, like I pointed out in my other video. So maybe in future reference we'll have to see on if they, this video is also about future upgrades that they can do to the Air. So speaking of that, like I said, the 128 gigabyte SSD, maybe we can possibly see that in the future, even more, maybe even more gigabyte hard drive space. But as you know, the people on the go probably won't. I only use 19 gigabytes on my Windows machine, and I have 164 gigabyte hard drive, so I only use 19 gigabytes, guys. So I could probably last off a solid state, just for and solid state's fast. I've seen, especially if they put in the MacBook Pros, they're blazing speeds, guys. But anyways, here's some more benchmarks. Sorry, I know you guys may be getting bored of the benchmarks, but guys, these are important. And even if you see here, it's not the slowest Mac yet again. We're referring back to the G4 series of the one. This is the 1.67 gigahertz model. G4 at the MacBook Air, I believe. Yeah, the MacBook Air with a 1.6 gigahertz Core 2 Duo, no solid state drive. It was 124 compared to in the overall score, and compared to the 92 of the PowerBook, and then the 141 of the MacBook Air with a solid state and 1.8. So guys, does the 1.8, and another question that's been being asked, 1.8 and the 2 gigahertz upgrade, actually the I should guess say 0.2 gigahertz upgrade and the solid state, is it worth the money? Honestly, I think it is fully worth the money. With the solid state, you'll be losing some hard drive space, but you'll be gaining much faster boot up speeds, random and sequential boot and shutdown speeds. So you're getting compact flash memory, which is going to make applications run faster, stuff like that. Most likely you'll see an increase in overall performance, in certain areas, and maybe in some other areas you may not, but in most areas with the SSD you should. And in future upgrades, who knows, we'll probably get the 128 gigabyte hard drives to fit in there. We already see them in MacBook Pros. They're blazing fast. Imagine those in the MacBook Airs. Imagine them fitting a higher space hard drive in the MacBook Air, guys. And the 1.8 gigahertz just builds on top of that, along with Mac OS 10. So easy to see here. There's not only the Mac Mini Core Solo, it beat the Mac Mini 1.8 GHz Core 2 Duo. In this specific test, zip archives, MP3 encodes, AGE encodes, so a lot of rendering and encodes, stuff like that, iMovie, iTunes, Finder, Handbrake, Adobe CS3. So guys, MacBook Air is not the slowest, so there's some proof for you right there. I'll leave the video description. And also some more tests right here, comparing it to the MacBook. A lot of people have been saying, well, the MacBook Air the MacBook is much more worth than the MacBook Air. Well, like I said in my one of my videos, at the time I said I would pick up a MacBook, a decked out MacBook. But now that I think of it, because I've been doing all these videos lately, I might have just gone for the decked out MacBook Air, guys. Well, at the time, but I'm still not sure on that subject, because I did choose the MacBook just because the type of user I am. I'm not really the user who goes on the road, every like 5 minutes or so. I'm not traveling from place to place. I'm usually at my house or outside with some friends. But anyways, here there are some tests. Now the MacBook Air is not getting blown up by the MacBook in any distance. It's really close, specs. Look at this. I believe that's 3 minutes for the MP3 encode test. 3 minutes 14 seconds. 3 minutes 51 seconds. 1 minute 13 seconds. 1 minute 11 seconds. 35 seconds. 33 seconds. Encoding, boot tests, thumb drive duplicate tests are all important matters to test the speeds of it. And as you see here, the MacBook Air and MacBook pair up nicely now. I believe this is the 1.8 model. Now imagine SSD. Imagine, I believe the MacBook we're testing here. Oh, here, yeah, we're testing the MacBook Air with 1.6 GHz, 2 GB RAM, and a MacBook with 1 GB and Core 2 Duo. Now imagine, adding another gig to the MacBook, but then again, imagine adding the 1.8 GHz model to the MacBook Air and adding an SSD to that. The MacBook Air and MacBook weigh in evenly, guys, and the MacBook Air in aspects can be faster, the MacBook can be faster, and of course the MacBook Pro most of the time just blows out both, but that's that's understandable. And so like I said, talked about common questions that have been, the MacBook Air is not the slowest Mac. Compared it a little bit to the MacBook. I'll leave the video description link in the video description, and I have some more benchmarks on here, just for more proof if you want to see how slow other Mac Core Solos were, Mac Mini Core Solos and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, besides that should be it for today. I just wanted to do a lot of benchmark tests and show you guys a little bit more on the MacBook Air, and don't doubt it out now. It's not the slowest, and at times it can be the fastest out of the MacBook and the MacBook Air. So guys, that concludes the one for today. I'll leave the links in the video description, guys, and thanks for watching.